The initial idea came from engineers at SCM. 4.5 years ago, we were approached with this novel idea of offloading a CNC.
The Lean Cell project started with our partner, SCM. They came to us basically explaining different processes that are being done on cabinets in the industry. And the big thing was to take low-end equipment or just your standard mom-and-pop shop equipment, put it together, and have a robot tend these machines.
I saw it on a video at a trade show, and it was given to me by the company I buy all my machinery from, SCM. They put me in touch with Gerard at Edge, and Corey came on board, came as well. And then just kind of gradually, even when we were closing the door on Edge and saying maybe it's not the right time, Edge still pursued and still did their due diligence, which then swayed us to really go that direction.
Our main goal is to basically take tedious processes that are currently being done by an operator on different machinery, bring them all together, surrounded by a robot, and basically do all the processes with one robot that you might have multiple people doing, and keep the flow of product coming from the in-feed and then exiting our cell completely processed.
What the Lean Cell provides is what I would describe as a heartbeat. A heartbeat coming out of my CNC. If you're a certain size of shop, a flat table CNC is quite possibly the only cutting machine that you need. If I have a good CNC table and I put this robotic cell offloading that table, in the time that it takes for the CNC to cut that nest, the robot can unload and do the downstream processes.
So the start of our cell is always off a CNC generally. So from the CNC table, we're picking up the parts, we've identified them, and we know what the next process is to do. So that could be doweling a part and then putting it on a conveyor to leave the cell, or it could be doweling and edge banding a part and leaving the cell. It could be just picking off the CNC and sorting it into carts and taking it outside our cell. So depending on what the customer is doing with the parts after the CNC is what we gear our cell towards. So.
Really how they did it was, they took our CNC, they took our dowel machine, and they kind of made, with the way our system works, with the way we want to cut and the way we want to kind of organize our shop, that's really how they took our process by listening to we do it, right? We do volume batch work. So I mean, they listened to how we do it, they implemented it using a complicated setup that I had, and then they made it work. So
we're confident that the cell does provide a good ROI, but also what it does is it definitely gives the customer a peace of mind that the jobs, the biggest thing is unloading the CNC, for example. We can guarantee that on Monday morning, there's going to be a robot there to unload a CNC.
If you need to sort by kitchen and you have an operator unloading that machine, you really got to squeeze all that kitchen into the first couple of nests. By squeezing all those parts in the first few nests, you have to make sacrifices in yield. So by using a robot, if you have various kitchens that are utilizing the same material, what you can do is you can sprinkle all those parts into 8 or 10 nests or 15 nests. It doesn't matter to the robot. So if you can nest those parts more efficiently, because they're all different sizes, if you can nest those parts more efficiently, you get more yield out of your material. Your material costs go down.
The next step was someone competent to running that area of doweling and unloading the machine and keeping track of where goes what and how it goes to get it to edging, because that's really the next step. That was hard to find, because you would either find a programmer who doesn't want to work like that, or a general laborer who doesn't know really, it's a complex job.
The Lean Cell, what separates it is the developed technology that we've created. Our end-of-arm tool was developed on the Lean Cell, and basically as we developed our technology for how we were going to figure out the information, we also had to develop the technology on how we're going to manage all these parts. That's really what keeps our cell apart from any other cell in the industry. We're not just picking up parts, we're defining what that part is, we're then picking it up, and we're processing it, and we're providing a quality part at the end. So, and that's all done through our end of arm tool.
Edge did it in such a way that not only is it easy, but you know, I'm not an engineer. I'm a guy who just knows how to turn it on. And for me to turn it on and it just does its thing now, having that software is like changed my life. I can do anything, custom to multi-unit.
Automating the cabinet building process is new. The machinery that's used to make the components, it's been around for a long time. Very advanced, technology-wise. Bringing it all together, integrating these various pieces of machinery into a fully automated process is new, and that's where we're making strides.
They made it super simple, and the service, to say, hey, I've got a problem, and one of the guys from Edge just get on and be like, okay, your problem solved, go back to work. It's like, holy cow, can it get any better than that? That's the best part, because that's the other part that I was scared about, was the service.
Basically, getting a lean cell from Edge Automation is going to give you that peace of mind that you're looking for. You're not just buying a lean cell and we're going to install it and then we're out of here, right? What we sell is definitely the partnership. For the woodworker, the cabinet maker that's considering a lean cell, I would say to look at it as an investment, but also look at it as a new relationship you're making with automation. We're not just going to sell you a cell and then give you a 1-800 number. You're going to be talking to the guys who installed it, and you're going to have that peace of mind as you go on and continue to produce cabinets using automation.
Watch it. It speaks for itself.